What's up everyone, it's Iceman Oz, aka Jay, and I'm trying to find the camera here. But today we are going to talk about my opinion on the Battlefield franchise because I've been getting a lot of questions that have been asked. Jay, do you still even like Battlefield? Seeing as the recent comments I made about the game regarding the Battlefield 1 closed alpha, and I do want to give my thoughts on that, so if you are at all interested, stay tuned, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the franchise and where I see it going in the future. So there's two things to note here. If you're unaware, I was a super big fan of Battlefield 3. I spent more than 2,000 hours playing the game, and I consider it one of the greatest FPS ever released. Now, a lot of people will differ with that, but the reason I enjoyed it so much was because of the infantry-based aspect. I believe that Squad Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch in Battlefield 3 were excellent game modes, and the map flow was super good because of the static spawns and the way the game just performed in general regarding revives, tap revives. It rewarded teamwork, and from an infantry aspect it was top notch because of those reasons in particular. When Battlefield 4 released, we saw a bit of a dip in terms of overall quality, I feel, from many aspects, especially on release. I believe the revive system, while on paper it looked more balanced, it actually made the game worse in terms of team play because less people were actually less willing to revive each other because they weren't going to get that full reward for it. That being the 100 points, because in Battlefield 3, if you did a tap revive, you'd get the full 100. In Battlefield 4, you'd have to hold it down for a number of seconds, and in those seconds, you're quite likely to actually get shot. So Battlefield 4 was definitely a low point. In fact, there were some people sued because of how poor the game released. Advertisers actually took to court to actually take action against EA regarding this because the game was so bad, but they did make changes to it regarding the CTE, which is the community test environment where players would invest their input into the game, and we actually made a totally new map based on the players' input, which was really cool. And then came Battlefield Hardline in 2015. It was a delayed release. It was supposed to release in Q4 of 2014, but it released in the early 2015 time slot, which I'm not too far against, and the game sold pretty well, selling around 7 million copies. On release, people seemed to enjoy it, but it dropped off very quickly because a lot of people just decided to stay with Battlefield 4. In my opinion, Battlefield Hardline was actually one of the better Battlefield games. I believe that's probably because of my preference of infantry gameplay, not necessarily the game itself, although maybe the game was actually pretty good. I think a lot of that comes down to personal preference, right? If you're more of a vehicular player, you'll prefer Battlefield 4, while if you're more of an infantry player, you'll definitely prefer Hardline. So finally, on to Battlefield 1. Recently, we played the closed alpha. I've had plenty of time trying the game out, and if you want my further opinions on it, you can check out my alpha videos. I've done a bunch of them, and a lot of them went over pretty well, going over a lot of the facts and, giving my thoughts on it. Some people disagreed with my thoughts, and that's completely fine. I'm not here to get everyone to agree. I think if everyone agreed with every opinion ever, things would be super boring, right? So that wasn't my goal, but I hope that the game has a good release. I hope that we all enjoy it and everybody has a great time as soon as it releases. I'm looking forward to it, and so really the point I'm trying to get at here overall is I do enjoy Battlefield. I've enjoyed a lot of the previous games. I enjoyed Hardline. I enjoyed Battlefield 4 even in periods, and I love Battlefield 3. I think Bad Company 2 was a top-notch game. So Battlefield 1, I hope it's good, man. I really do. I am excited for it still. I do have, hype for it just to really see where it goes. I'm looking forward to making all sorts of videos for you guys. Maybe some weapon reviews. Those were super successful. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. So leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Actually, there is going to be an open beta. There were some details regarding that, so I might go over that in an upcoming video. But with that being said, overall, to give you a scope, I do enjoy the Battlefield franchise, and just because I'm, doing some other stuff doesn't necessarily mean that I'm quitting Battlefield. It's just that I want to have a backup in case the game is bad. Hopefully you guys understand that. So, and of course, the other thing to note is, if I don't like the game, I'm not going to play it. It's as simple as that. If I don't enjoy the game, I'm not going to do it. I've been down that road before, and it's not a fun time for you, for me, for anybody. Because, you know, if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, there's no point in me creating content. So yeah, anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the vlog style format. It's a little bit different, I know, but I thought I'd bring it to you, make it a bit more personal, and I don't know if that succeeded or not. Let me know in the comments section below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share, subscribe, and peace.